Ordering decimals. Now the trick when ordering decimals is I always like to place them in a row and line up all the decimal points. Now by lining up the decimal points, we can see more clearly which the bigger number is. And we always start off on the left hand side. If we look down this column, what's the biggest number in this column? Well, they're all zeros. So we now need to look in the next column. Which is the biggest number in this column? 3. Which means this is our biggest number. It doesn't matter what follows it, we just know that's the biggest number because it has the biggest 10th value. Then we look down, we've done that one. The next one in the same column, we've got 0, 0, 2 and a 0. So the 2 would be our next biggest number. So 0.2. Carry on looking down that column and they're all zeros. So we move on to our third column. What's the biggest number? The 9. So 0.099 is our next biggest. If we carry on looking down that column, we've now answered the 9. What's left? A 1 and a 3. Well, 3 is the next biggest. 0.034. And then that only leaves us with 0.0124. So that must be our smallest. We can now arrange these either starting from the biggest and going down to the smallest, or we could start at the smallest and go up to the biggest. Now they're in order. But it's getting these in order first and then putting them in the way around that we're asked for. Again, if we look at this, if we start off by lining all up our decimal points, and then looking down the columns, well actually if we look in the tens, there's only one number in the 10 column, and that's our number 1, so that means 10.3 must be our biggest number. Then if we look down our units, we have a 1, a 2, a 9 and a 0. Well then the 9 must be our next biggest one. What are we left with? 1, 0, 2, 0. 2 must be our next biggest one, 2.4. 1.3 would be the next. Then we're left with only zeros. If we look down the 10th column, well, we know that we've done that one, we've done that one, we've done that one, we've done that one. We're only left with 3 and 1. 3 is the biggest, so 0.3 followed by 0.1. Now that these are in order, if we had to arrange them from biggest to smallest, we'd start here and work down. If we wanted to arrange them from smallest to biggest, we'd start from here and work up. It can get a little bit more confusing if we start dealing with different types of units, but the trick is to always convert all the units back to the same one. So here we're dealing with centimeters or meters. So we either convert them all into centimeters or convert them all into meters, all into centimeters. I'm going to convert these all into centimeters because I personally think that would be easier. So we have 30 centimeters. 0.5 meters is 50 centimeters. 1.2 meters is 120 centimeters. 200 centimeters is already in centimeters. And 250 centimeters is already in centimeters. Now there's no decimals here, but I can still use the same technique. I'll start off looking in the furthest left column. We have 1, 2, 2, so it's going to be one of these two. Look in the next column, just looking at these two. Well, 5 is bigger than 0, so this must be my biggest amount. Then this one would be my second. Then there's only a 1 left in the 100th column, so this has to be my next biggest. Then I move on to the units. 5 is bigger than 3, so it's 50, then 30. Again, if I wanted to go from biggest to smallest, or smallest to biggest. Thank you for looking through this video. I do hope you found it quite useful. There is a link in the description below to a question paper and also the answers. Very well done, and until the next video, see you soon.